Hi guys, welcome along to our brand new channel, the Arsenal Way. You've got myself throughout as the hosts, and I've got Hader here with me, a special guest to kick off the new channel. We're both massive Arsenal fans, and we just want the best for Arsenal. So what we're going to do for this stream today, we're going to just have a look at our current squad, and we're going to do a keep or sell, see which players we want to keep, and see who has to get out for the better of the club. And then we might talk a bit about some transfers and who we're linked to. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Okay, so let's start off. So let's get straight into it. Bernd Leno, keep yourself.
Are you asking me first?
Yeah.
It's got to be Sal. He
I'd
was
say
he was our first choice keeper for a while, but nah, he's on his way out now, and I think he's been linked with like Fulham for like 10, 11 mil, I think it is. I think it's time to let him go, and we've got plenty of other keepers.
do you think we'd get 10 mil? Because it seems like Fulham are not willing to pay the odds for that much. They want to go a bit lower. Just
Yeah,
really sure.
but
Yeah, go on.
yeah, yeah, no, it's just I think to be honest, I think 10 mil is about right for him. He's like a quality keeper. He has done well for us, but I think Ramsdale is just a
Probably.
pip above him at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's too good of a keeper to keep as a reserve. I think he needs first team football, and I think if he's not going to get it here, then it's just wasting his career at Arsenal. And he's definitely a Premier League keeper, so I think even Fulham would be a good choice for him, and it would be a great signing for them. But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I
I
think
think Matt Turner as well. Matt Turner coming in is obviously Ramsdale's direct replacement now. So see you later, Burnt.
yeah, all right, fair enough. Okay, so Alex Rana Rannason,
Oh
this
mate, has
one
this guy even
appearance,
played more than one game?
one appearance, and it was possibly the worst first appearance in living history. What do you think?
Flappy Hansky 2.0. That's what he is. Nah, he's. I think I don't know. People are saying he's young. He's young. I don't think he's that young. I think he's like, how old is he? Is he like 25 or something like that?
1995. So what? Probably like
27.
27.
Yeah, I mean, speaks volumes to be honest. If he was younger, I'd probably give him a chance on loan, but I think he needs to go. He needs to go. Are we doing loans as well? Or is it just straight keep and sell?
We can do loan as well, but I don't think this guy's just not going to cut it at Arsenal. He just has to go. Another one
Yeah,
off the books, just a waste of money for us. Okay, so Matt Turner. So what do you think of him so far from the preseason games?
I don't know.
Americans.
I think he's been a bit shaky to be honest. I think he's been a bit. There's been times where I've been like, you know what, like he could be a decent shot stopper, but I don't know if it's just that American, like with Kroenke and all that, trying to get like an American in there just to appease the owners or whatever. But I don't think he's cut out for the Premier League, if I'm being honest. But I'm willing to give him a chance for a season. Obviously, he's just come, so
Yeah, I mean,
um,
it could be the fact that he's nervous playing for the Arsenal for the first time, and it's obviously a big weight on your shoulders. I mean,
mm,
he's ranking number one, I think, and he's played very well in the MLS, which has led to the call up for the US national team, which isn't an easy feat to do. So, and he's actually a goalkeeper who looks like who can actually save some penalties, which we haven't had in a long time. Every time we have a penalty against us, we know it's going in. But I mean, at the moment he has looked a bit shaky, but I think he'll be okay. He'll do a good job as a backup keeper, and I don't really see him pushing Ramsdale for number one. But I mean, it's fine. I'll take him. Apparently, he's good with his feet as well, which helps, I guess.
yeah, and like one other thing on him is he's quite passionate. Like I saw from like his boyhood days, he was quite a good, like, he's like quite a keen Arsenal fan. I mean, they all are when they come into the club. They all are. Thierry Henry, Jens Lehmann, Pires, they all love him. But yeah, I think he is genuinely an Arsenal fan. He lives and breathes the club, so it's good to see him make that step. But yeah, we need someone who's going to push Ramsdale.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'd be comfortable with Turner being his backup, like going into if Ramsdale was getting injury or something like that. I don't know how to feel about that at the back. I mean, I'd probably prefer Leno to be honest, but
Yeah, I would have, but he's not going to stay.
we'll give him
Um,
a chance. We'll give him a chance.
this one's pretty simple. Ramsdale, our number one, and probably should be England's number one. He had a really good start to the season last year.
Yeah,
After injury, he dipped a bit, but I still think he's our number one. He's not going to leave anytime soon. What do you think?
yeah. Well, I was going to ask you this question actually. What do you think of his like at the beginning of So yesterday's game against Orlando, I don't know if you saw the goal that we conceded against Torres. Like
I
everyone was
mean,
saying Tavares, it was Tavares' fault, but I think the keeper could have got across and said it was a good shot. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like Ramsdale at the end of the season he's been dipped and he carried on that form a bit into preseason. I mean I've noticed it, especially even against Nuremberg as well when we conceded those like two stupid goals. I don't know. I'm hoping we get that Ramsdale back from when he first signed with that kicking and like accurate passing, good with the ball on his feet. But I'm just not. I'm just a bit worried about him to be honest. What do you
uh,
think?
so I think I'm definitely willing to just definitely to keep carry on with him. I think his form was really, really good at the beginning of the season. If he can somehow rekindle that form again, I think we're going to be in a really good position. He always plays the badge. He always gives it everything, and he's very commanding of the in the area as well, which is obviously what we want to see. We lacked loads and loads of leaders over the years. I think Ramsdale's someone who can be that extra leader, even if he's not captain material. But I think also yeah, his form has dipped, but I think he'll be fine. I think he'll go back to his usual good form. I think he probably just was still playing with an injury, maybe because he's played so many games. But I still
Yeah,
trust him. I think he'll be fine. I mean, in terms of the Orlando game, he did make a really good save as well before that goal. I
true.
think he just the player. I think that goal was just more on Mari, who's just like we'll get into him as well.
We will.
Shocking more so than actually Ramsdale. But we'll definitely keep him. Obviously, he's our number one.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, let's go into the defenders. Hector Bellerin. What do you think of him?
Oh God. You know what? I have a bit of sentimental. I know he kind of divides the Arsenal fans a bit. I think a lot of the Arsenal fans still have a slight attachment to Bellerin, especially from his early days when he was absolutely quality. But once he lost his legs, he tore up the season with Betis, to be honest. And like he played well. He loved playing for them. But I just don't think he's cut out for the Premier League. And like obviously we'll get into the other right backs in our team at the moment. But when I've seen him come on in pre-season, he doesn't look that great. And like, bear in mind, he's now one of the most experienced members in the team, and he's been at Arsenal for a very long time. And
He's
like,
been there for nearly 9 years.
is he the longest? Apart from maybe Holding, I don't know.
Probably, I think he is the longest serving player. I mean, he's just as soon as he just was like pretty much twerking for Real Betis. Sorry, even as a backup, he won't want to play as a backup, and he just like his head's not here. And he wants to leave, so we have to just let him go. Plus, he's
Definitely.
dipped. He's not good enough.
So would you sell him?
Yeah, I think I'd sell him. As much as I used to love him, but I think it's the ship has sailed of him now.
You know what? I'll be a bit controversial here, and I would keep him. I know I've just slagged him off a bit, but I would keep him for the sake of the other right back that you're probably going to mention next. Like,
I was just going to say that I would keep him if it meant he would play back up to Tomiyasu, and if the infamous Cedric left. But I don't see Cedric leaving. I don't see. I think Arteta said that he played well over the course of last season, which I don't know what games he was watching, but
yeah,
I would take Bellerin as a backup to Cedric, but seeing as Cedric is going to stay,
yeah,
so goodbye Bellerin.
that's a fair point. That is a fair point.
Kieran Tierney.
Oh, we're going straight. I thought you were going to go on Cedric, do the right backs. We're switching alphabet.
I'm going through however it is on Arsenal.com.
Kieran Tierney, you know what? Like he's been plagued with injuries. I think definitely wouldn't sell him. But I feel like Zinchenko, whether he plays in the left back or centre mid position, he'll give him a good run for his money for that first starting position, which I think he needs. When he first came in, he claimed that spot, and ever since then he hasn't really been pushed. Obviously, Nuno had a good start when he came in, but he hasn't really pushed him. When Tierney's been fit, he's kind of just came straight back in. So I think I would keep Tierney. I'm just a bit. I don't know. He's a quality player, but his injuries are just what I think he's only played like 50% of the games that he's been there, and that's absolutely shocking. So yeah.
So I think Tierney, he's a really really good left back. He makes his great forward runs. He's good defensively, and he plays for the badge. When he plays, he's amazing. And as you saw, especially during the midpoint of the season when we started after going on a really really long winning streak, Tierney was a crucial part of that. And then
True.
how coincidental that as soon as he got injured, our form just dipped and we didn't have an adequate replacement in Tavares.
Yeah.
So Zinchenko will be it's a really good signing, and he would, as you said, he would definitely give him a run for his money. And I think push Tierney out, especially if Tierney's injury record still hangs up in this season as well. And it looks like he's actually still injured. He wasn't play any part in the game against Orlando. He wasn't even in the squad, so it's not looking good. So I think Arsenal are probably starting to plan for the future without Kieran Tierney as well, because it just seems like this. Unfortunately, he's just always plagued with injuries. But
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of the days of the Abu Dhabi as well. You got a quality player there, but I mean, what does it matter when you've got a quality player who's just injured all the time? And the thing is, right, like I obviously don't want to make comparisons to other teams, and but with like teams like Liverpool, Man City, they play more games and they field the same players. But Arsenal, we played like less games last season, and we just still had an injury crisis. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe there's a problem with the backroom staff, or
it's still good. It's good that we're addressing the issues that usually come up every season. So
yeah.
and what was Zinchenko can play midfield and left back. So I guess they've kind of addressed that. Um, but yeah, Kieran Tierney is pretty much like Jack Wilshere.
That's true.
A burden on the test, but I would still keep it.
Definitely.
Okay, Benjamin White.
Oh, Benjamin White. Yeah, of course I'd keep him. I mean, we spent 50 million on him. I think there's been a few Ben White doubters, to be honest, towards the end of last season, especially with seeing Saliba now. And to be honest, Ben White doesn't convince me as a right back. I don't think he's ever been a right back. He doesn't make it up and down that wing enough. He's good, very good defensively, and he wins his duels. But he's definitely a centre back for me, and I would definitely keep him. I think his quality. He's young, and he'll grow a lot as well into that role.
Exactly. And again, when we were at that game, I think it was the game against Burnley at the Emirates. When he was playing right back, he just did not look comfortable at all.
Yeah, he didn't at all.
But yeah, I'd keep him. Like I said, £50 million player. We've got to get as much as we can from him. He's got to play, but it's going to be difficult between a difficult choice for Arteta between him and Saliba. It's going to be we're going to need a big squad because we've got loads of games, so it's going to be a good healthy competition between Saliba and Ben White.
But do you think Ben White will start against Palace first game of the season?
I don't think so. I think Saliba's been starting all the pre-season games. He's played a lot of games during pre-season, so I think he will actually go with Saliba. And then I think if Saliba starts that game, it's going to be difficult for Ben White to get back into the team because I think.
But do you think Ben White will maybe start a right back? He started a right back against Orlando, so I don't know if maybe they'll continue that into the first game of the season. Maybe Arteta was trying it out. I wasn't convinced by it at all. But they can like transition to 3 at the back as well. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. I just something they're probably considering.
Difficult with Tomiyasu's injury record as well. But
oh God.
Gabriel, I think it's a simple one.
Yeah. I mean, would you say he's our best defender? I mean, we haven't seen much of Saliba yet, but I think he is.
I think at the moment I'd say he is probably the best.
He's wanted by Juve as well, but managing to hold on to him, which is good.
If we're a serious club, we'd have to keep him. If we don't, then it just shows the ambition of the club. But I think we'll keep him.
We will.
Rob Holding.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Like, I've seen a lot of things online recently about him doing good for the players, like helping them feel settled in, and he's a good morale boost and like this and that. But you know what? It does. I get it for bringing the team together, this and that. But when it comes to playing on the pitch, this guy's ever since that Tottenham game where I think you don't even need to understand football to know that you shouldn't be tackling someone like that. Like you asking for it, and he arguably was the player who caused a downfall from there onwards. And spiraled out of control and ended up not getting top 4. And like, I go back to the whole experience thing. He's one of the most experienced at the club, but just can't take this guy seriously.
He's not good enough. He's always going to be that £2 million player. We had high hopes when Wenger said, "Well, I'm sorry I didn't pay 50 million for him, but I'm sorry." We've just seen over the years it's the same old story of Rob Holding. He has a couple of good. But that typical Rob Holding is still there somewhere, and he always managed to show it and just ruin it for us. And which he did against Tottenham. And I think, like you said, that was the beginning of the downfall. That was just absolutely embarrassing. It was an absolute disgrace. And the guy's about 27 now, so he's not getting any younger, and he doesn't seem like he's developing at all. He just comes in, he's just the same Rob Holding. He hasn't emerged like.
Yeah.
So I think just get rid of him. get lost.
He's a strange one because sometimes when you see him in the lineup, you overlook it. You're like, oh, okay, like
Yeah,
maybe we can see out a draw because you don't know what you're going to get with him. And like, but I remember, I think it was against. I think it was 2 seasons ago. He had a really good like run of games, and then I think it was Man City we played, and Sterling like won a header against him, and I was like, God,
yeah.
that's Rob Holding. That's Rob Holding to a T. He'll have a couple of world class games, and then he'll concede a header to Sterling. Like, I mean,
He's
yeah,
not going.
he needs to
This
go.
guy, this guy's been here too long. It's time to go.
Definitely.
All right, we'll breeze through the next one because these guys, most of them are trash. Cedric, we both know he's absolutely useless.
I'm surprised we haven't found a player that we actually agree on yet. I mean, disagree on yet. But yeah, Cedric, like,
He's the worst defender I've ever seen. He can't attack. He doesn't do anything. Just a stiff player. Just can't. He doesn't. I don't know what this guy brings to the team. He just makes up the
yeah,
number, but he's absolutely useless. Gets roasted by every attacker that he's up against. Just even cast your eyes back to Newcastle away, that second to last game of that season. Absolute disgrace. Just rinsed.
definitely. Yeah, he's a bit of a bottle job to be honest. Like, he doesn't when he's put in there to put a job, he's you can see they target him. You can see, I think with Cedric as well. He's I don't know because I hear a lot of fans talk praise about Cedric. Like he does the job when he comes in, this and that.
I don't know where this comes from. He's awful. I don't see him do.
I don't see it. We've been to plenty of Arsenal games last season, and every single one is a ball over the top. Cedric like scampering back.
Exactly. He can be the slowest winger. It can be the fastest winger. Cedric, he just doesn't know what to do. And the thing is, we can't even say he's young. That he needs time to develop. The guy's 30 plus years old. He's
yeah, exactly.
And he's absolutely useless. So, sell for me. Okay. Tomiyasu, keep.
I keep,
This
but
guy's
you know what?
glass carbs.
This is made out of string cheese. Like I don't know what's going on with Tomiyasu. Like,
6 months to recover from a calf injury. I've never heard of anything like that. But
it even came out today that he looks like he's going to miss the first game of the season. I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand what's going on with him.
he's a good player, but he's a typical Arsenal player that's always injury prone. So keep, but we've got to start probably looking for someone to compete with him that could probably potentially take over as well, because I don't think this guy's going to last. Okay.
Well, yeah, I can see him as another Kieran Tierney, and that's a problem. Like he's a quality player in there, but is it worth the money when he's getting injured 50% of the games?
When his replacement is Cedric, and if he gets injured again this season, it's going to be a massive.
Yeah, it's absolutely awful.
Nuno Tavares, so this guy is useless.
I think he should go on loan. You know what? Like, I think this is where we'll disagree because Nuno, yeah, he's absolutely useless, right, at left back. But I think that he has good qualities to be a bit further up. Like he can take on players and he can put together some good passes.
I think he'll be good as a wing back for teams that play 3 at the back or 5 at the back. He's good at bombing up and down the pitch, but he's defensively atrocious. Again, even against, okay, you'd say, all right, he's new, he's getting used to Premier League, but even against Orlando City, he was just getting ripped.
Trash. Yeah,
I think whilst teams are looking to give us good money for him, sell as soon as possible because we don't make any money off any players anyway. So if we can get some money from him, I'll get rid of him.
I wouldn't sell him. I would loan him. I think he's a good player in there. He's ill-disciplined, but I think he had a good start. He had a really good start. I think at the start of last season when we went on that winning streak, and he was good then. I think it was the game that let him down was against Liverpool, where he made that stupid mistake with Lokonga, and ever since then he was just terrible. And like you can see glimpses. Yeah, you see glimpses of like his defensive like concentration just slip, and that's why I don't know. I don't think he's obviously the manager knows him better than me, but I don't think he's a left back. I think he works well in like maybe left mid or like maybe a bit higher up the pitch.
His finishing ain't great either, so I don't know. I think
that's true. But he's going to Fulham, isn't he? Apparently on loan.
Well, I hope so. If he loan or just get lost, but if it was me, I'd sell him whilst people are looking to give us some good money for him. But
definitely.
We'll see what happens. Pablo Mari.
Oh God.
Get out. This guy is the slowest player I've ever seen in my life. Awful defending, and he just looks like he just can't be bothered.
He needs to go. He needs to go. He doesn't offer anything to the club. I think he's. I think he wants to go. To be honest, I think it's hard shifting some of these players.
Yeah, he's useless.
He is. There's nothing else you can really say on him, to be honest. I think he didn't really play much last season. When he has come in, he's done absolutely atrocious. I think we pretty much. There was a game, I can't remember. I think it was against was it Lukaku, who just completely bodied him at the start of last
Yeah,
season.
second game of last season,
Yeah,
absolutely awful. This Lukaku, who was, as we saw, did absolutely awful during the whole season. Of course, against Arsenal, the gift that always gives. But
yeah.
Pablo, absolutely destroyed by Lukaku. Yeah, get
You,
rid of him.
the thing is that, like, even as a backup, you want those centre backs who come in and just do the job. Like, you've seen it for Man City over the years with their rotation in centre backs. You've seen it with Liverpool, even with what was the name of that Liverpool centre back who came in? He just, like, there's a few of them, to be honest, who just came in, did the job, and you've seen it with all the great teams over the years. And like with Arsenal, the recent lack of centre backs has really paid a hindrance to our progression, especially like Murray, Holding. Like, these guys just aren't. They're not it.
And the
Like,
problem is they're not good enough to fill in when one of the starters gets injured. So
yeah,
you need to bet players that can be able to contend with the starters. This guy's not good enough. Arteta, sell him ASAP.
yeah.
Let's move on to Saliba. Quick, let's make this one quick. Easy.
I mean, I
Amazing.
just hope we tie him down to a new contract this year. So, I mean, from what I've seen of him, he's like, I,
He looks like a proper defender. He actually has the look as a physique of a defender as well. So I'm really happy with him.
and surprisingly enough, he's the youngest of all of them. So it shows that experience doesn't mean anything. But he's just got a level head. He knows when to tackle, when to hold back, and also he's progressive. Him and Gabriel, they're together. They're progressive with the ball. Even Ben White, to be fair, like, they bring the ball forward, they play forward, and like none of this Rob Boulding and Murray nonsense where it's just like sideways backwards.
Because Rob Holding and Mari, you know what you can get from them, just passing it around the back to themselves, just hit the odd pass forward, but very rare, or just when they can't pass each other, they'll pass it back to the keeper or to Cedric or whoever's the left or right backs. It's just not good enough. We need to play quickly. We need to play attacking, quick football, and those guys just slow it down.
100%.
So let's move into the midfields. Thomas
Let's do it. Thomas Partey. You know what? He's a cut above any of our midfielders. I think when I saw him come up against Orlando, I think he should have got man of the match. I really think he changed the way we played. He has that ability to just beat a couple players and then just thread a through ball, and that's what you want from your defensive midfielder.
He's quick, strong. He's a powerful player, and he just glides past players. And you can just tell he's a world class player. And he stands out a lot from our midfielders, which isn't a good thing because it just shows you how poor our midfield really is.
Mm.
But he's actually that player that he's class. He's a world class player, but we just need to add one more alongside him so we have a really strong, good, balanced midfield.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry. Now, what I like about him is he can like he'll find Ødegaard as well. He'll find Ødegaard with those passes when Jack is not looking or whatever. He'll manage to slip that ball into Saka or Ødegaard or Jesus or Nketiah. Do you know what I mean? That's what I've seen.
So next, number 7, Starboy Saka. What do you think of him?
I mean, it's probably the one player that I would keep out of everyone. He's I mean, he's Haaland. He's one of our own, so he has special. I think we need to also worry about signing him down to a new contract as well this season. That should be priority.
We need to show some ambition, and we need to get some players so he can stay around. We need Champions League football. Me and you both were really, really angry about how we fought for last season, and I can't see Saka staying around for much longer if we fail that again. And if he because as we know, as me and you both know, Saka and Smith Rowe are Project Youth. If they don't work out, if they leave, Project Youth is over. There's no such youth. It's just based on those two guys. And if that doesn't work out, then that process is out the window. And if that doesn't work out, we don't get top 4 again. They'll both be gone, and I'm sure I'll be gone as well. So I think Saka, he's probably our most important player. He's classy. He just oozes class. He's really good player. Just great dribbling. He can finish, and he's actually our star boy. So
yeah, I think he has to work on his finishing a little bit. I mean, I'm being overly critical here, but as in, like, you know, when he gets that 1-on-1s or like 2-on-1s or whatever, and you see him shot, it's kind of like a weak shot a lot of the time.
It's difficult for him as well because, as you know, most teams
they double up, triple up.
Is our problem. So, and even the fact that he can even take 11 goals when that happens every game is it shows how good he is, and he's only going to develop. He's still really young, remember? So, the
Yeah, it's
more games
true.
we get.
No,
So,
he's quality, and like you know what, like he's 100 mil plus player, and like having him in your team, it just feels like you know you like take it for granted sometimes. But he's quality, and like even watching him live as well, the guy he graces the pitch.
you get off your seat when you see him play
Yeah,
on the ball. Okay,
true.
next, this guy, I don't know if he's going to cause a bit of controversy about us, but Martin Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard.
I don't, I don't
Oh,
think this,
we're definitely gonna differ in this. We're
I don't,
definitely.
I don't think he's good enough to be our attacking midfielder. He doesn't
Uh,
create the big chances. He's too much like Özil. He's at home. He's great against those the mid-table teams. He's going to play the pass. He's going to do the tricks, get the assists, get the odd goal here and there. Although he doesn't score a lot, doesn't create a lot of chances, but
mm,
he will take the game against them. But I want an attacking midfielder who will take the game at the scruff of the neck when we're away to Palace and we're 1 or away to Wolves 1-0 down. And Odegaard seems like that type of player who just fades away, just like most of our other players. When the going gets tough, he's not going to stand up and rise to the occasion. He's not going to be like that Alexis Sanchez who will take the game and just change get the course of the game by himself. He's not that type of guy. And if we want to progress and become this title challenging team, I don't think Odegaard. He's a good player, but he's not enough to get us to where we want to be.
yeah, I know. I see your points. I see your points. I don't. The thing with Odegaard, I think like he suffered a lot from playing out of position in the last couple of seasons. Like I think last season he was because of injury he was playing like deeper and he wasn't getting enough on the ball. Like and the thing is our attack wasn't great. Like Aubameyang wasn't firing, Lacazette wasn't firing. Like it was all falling apart a bit. And I think he suffered a lot because of that. But I think you're right with regards to him not creating or he's not scoring enough.
He
That's the
doesn't score
problem.
enough.
He doesn't score any.
And he
Even
actually,
Özil scored a lot of goals here and there.
a surprising stat for you would be Martin Odegaard big chances created stat because you know these Arsenal fans love a bit of XG stats. But here's a
Yeah.
stat: he's I think 60th in big chances created. He
Okay.
has the same chances created as Che Adams and Carl Walker Peters. So
Okay. I mean,
our playmaker. I mean, like I said, he's a good player. He's a good flair player, great at dribbling, but he's not going to get you the stats that you need to get to progress us up to the table. I don't think he is. I think he's a great player, but I don't think he's yeah. So let's just quickly move on. Smith Rowe. I mean, against popular opinion, me and you
I
both.
would keep Martin Odegaard by the way. But yeah, sorry. Continue. I think we should rattle through these quickly now.
Yeah. Smith Rowe, sell. I hate him. He's not.
You just said that Saka and Smith are a project you've made.
Yeah, Smith Rowe is with me. It doesn't mean I agree.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I don't rate him. I never have. And he scored. Yes, he scores the odd goal here and there, but mainly just tapping. Most games when he doesn't score, he's a ghost. We both said it. Majority of the games we lost, this guy does not do anything. We don't even realize he's on the pitch. Yes, he sound like Grealish, but he's not like Grealish. He's not quoting De Bruyne like these stupid Arsenal fans paint him out to be.
It's true. No doubt. I think that he's not there, and Martinelli's a lot better. I think in that position. I think like when he's not involved in the game, he's really not involved. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't see him at all. It's almost like we're 10 men down.
And it's like again, it's the same old story of Arsenal when we're 1 or 2 down. You know we're going to lose because we don't have anyone to just turn the game around. It's just the same. As soon as you go 1-0 down, will very quickly it'll be 2-0 and then the game's over. But anyway, I'd sell.
I wouldn't sell. I think like one of the reasons I wouldn't sell is because he's part Project Youth. Like the thing is, if you get rid of one of those players, everything falls to pieces. And like he is an integral part of the team. I think like he can offer when he maybe just give him the opportunity. I don't think he should have had the number 10. I think he did thrive at the beginning of last season, but again, like I don't know. He's not like special to me.
Yeah, he's not. They'll keep him. I'd get rid of him for Arsenal Town for good money, but Maitland-Niles get it. This guy's
yeah,
not
he needs to go. He needs to go.
Everywhere he goes on loan, he doesn't perform. He didn't get any starts at Roma. We'll just agree for get rid, right?
Yeah, so, get rid.
Fabio Vieira, teabag.
I'm excited to see him. Teabag. I'm excited to see Teabag. I think he could be our Bernardo Silva. He looks like that kind of player. He said he likes playing in those attacking positions. So
I'm
maybe he's going to be a sub to like Erdegaard, or maybe we
let's
could put
hope,
Erdegaard
let's hope he
alongside
takes
him.
it. I really hope he.
And I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be good. It's just whether he can handle the physicality of the Premier League, because he does look like a stick. But
All right, we're both going to agree on this one straight away. Lukonga. This guy, you can try and play him in DM, centre mid, A6, wherever you want to play him. This guy is not good enough. Company scammed us by saying that he's the new Yaya Toure. This guy is useless. I've seen how many times I've seen this guy play, and he doesn't do anything. He's useless. He can't keep the ball. He's got no touch. He doesn't read the game. He can't make. He just does his sideways, backwards passes because he tries to play it safe. He's not a big game player.
Apparently, he divides the fan base. I just don't know how, though. I just don't get it. Like, even Arteta came out and said today, "Oh, he plays better on the left-hand side of midfield." And I'm just like, no, he doesn't.
He doesn't even know. He's just talking shit. He's nearly, what is he? He's 20. He's nearly 23 years old. He's not. They need to stop calling this guy a young player. He's not a young player. Kylian Mbappe is younger than him, and he's a world-class player. There's so many younger players that are actually. You can't say to this guy.
He captained Anderlecht, didn't he? Was Anderlecht he was at?
Anderlecht shit.
Yeah, but I mean he captained them, so I mean
they're not great. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Elneny, get lost.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Player, backwards, sideways, and then just the odd Elneny boom shot. Shit.
I prefer Elneny over Xhaka. So I mean, I know that Xhaka doesn't really play CDM; he plays more of a centre mid role now. But I just think Elneny is. He said he's. Oh, actually, no, I don't know. He's a bit. This is a bit on the test me a bit.
You know you're gonna get him. Just a standard average player. He's gonna make the pass. He'll pass it to someone else who's got a bit more quality. So I mean, we'll keep him, but I don't rate him, and I think he's been.
We'll keep him for Europa League. Partey makes him look really bad. That's the thing.
All right, Xhaka boom. We need to get rid of this guy. He's been here for too long.
It's the same sort of thing. He's going to get a couple red cards next season. He's going to make some enemies. Just watch. He'll kill off the games for us. That's what will happen. It's inevitable.
He's not going to change. Torreira, I think he's on his way out anyway. I mean, I liked him when he came. And I think he had a good season at Fiorentina, so I'm kind of disappointed. But I think we need to get better than him anyway. So, and this guy he hasn't got the mentality to play for Arsenal. He was crying when Xhaka got booed off. So this guy,
I like Torreira. I think he played well when he, especially when he scored that goal against Tottenham. I think that he should have been given more of a chance. But bygones be bygones. He's got to go.
The main man, Gabriel Jesus. We were both talking earlier today. You said he reminded you of Alexis. I think this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
he's so agile. He's got great reactions. He's just an amazing player. I can see a really good future with him.
It's the impact he has on the team. Like he really does grab the game by the scruff of the neck, and I think he has that like. Alexis was very tenacious in the way that he played. He was always forward thinking. He would take shots out of nowhere. He'd create chances. He'd score goals. He'd make assists. This is exactly what Jesus does. And obviously we've only seen him against Everton and who just shockingly got smashed yesterday as well. Or Orlando. But the thing is, you see other players in our team who don't do it against these teams, but he consistently has done it. So I'm hoping to see more of him, and I think he's a real steal for our club.
All right, let's move on to. We'll go through these next few ones really quickly for forwards. Marquinhos, we haven't seen much of him. He could probably be good. I mean, I haven't really seen him play at all, but there's not really much we can say about him. We'll keep
him. Keep him. I think he can get a little run in the Europa League and Cup games and see how he does. I think he's one for the future.
Balogun, I don't think this guy's going to cut it anymore. I think it's time to get rid. He hasn't had any chances, and when he's had a few chances, he's not performed well enough. I think get rid.
Yeah, I don't know about Balogun. I haven't seen enough of him. That's the thing. Obviously,
he's not going to get.
I don't know.
He's not going to get a lot of chances.
I'd keep him. I think that if you've seen an injury to Nketiah or Jesus, then it's his time to step up. We haven't really got anyone else to play up front, so.
I guess, but I'm sorry. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Reece Nelson, sell. This guy.
Yeah.
I like him. I really like him, and he's got. I think there's there's a bit of quality in him. And Mr. Arteta, he was going to convert him, making the new Sterling, but yeah, that was never going to happen.
Nah. He's not it. He's not it. I mean, he scored his goal against Orlando nicely yesterday, but I don't know. I just don't see. He doesn't really offer much to the team. He's not create. He doesn't create much. He's just a bog standard player.
Exactly. Nicolas Pepe, this guy. I used to be a very big fan of him.
Yeah, I remember.
His little skills, and I know there's a good player in there. I really do.
I don't. I think he's terrible, mate.
I think he's given up. He
Nah,
knows
he's got to go.
he's got to go. But the problem is we're going to lose so much money in it.
It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. It's the nature of business. Like you make an investment, you don't know how it's going to go sometimes.
I'd rather use that money to get another forward in. But yeah,
it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's worth that much. But he's got to go. He's got to go.
Nketiah. Now I think of Nketiah, I'm actually really liking him throughout preseason.
Yeah.
He was very good at the end last season. I still think it would have been a very good idea to actually get rid of him whilst we can make some good money off him and bring someone else with a bit more quality. But I think he might actually prove me wrong this year, and I feel like he's going to be a good player. I think there is actually there, and I think it's good that he's finally got his chance now.
I think he's benefited from Jesus coming in. I think they complement each other well. But yeah, I think we'll see. I think there's a lot to come from Nketiah. I usually see a player get a big pay cut. A paycheck, and then their performance goes downhill, like with Aubameyang. But he seems to take it in his stride. So let's hope.
Just to finally end it off with one of my favorite players, Gabriel
Martinelli. He's probably my favorite. When you watch him at the Emirates, bro, he tears up the pitch as well. So
got everything. He's got everything. I love this guy, and I hope the only thing I hope he does is improve on his finishing a bit this season. If he does, then I think we've got a real world-class player in our hands. And him and Jesus together, the Brazilian combination, is going to be class. I can't wait.
Cool.
So, yeah, I think that was a really good first stream. I think it was very enjoyable. Everyone's got to see our thoughts and views and opinions of our players. Hopefully, Don Edu can get a few more signings. And
let's go.